online. So this is meeting two. Now, for meeting one, we went around the room and we introduced ourselves. I'd like to do a miniature version of that. Most of us already know each other, but there are some new people. So I'd like to go ahead and just do a very quick, what's your name, why you're here. My name is Kenny, and I'm here because I love bluegrass music and I make my living online through spreading bluegrass music. All right, so Robin, what about you?
I'm Robin. I'm Burnett from California Bluegrass Association, and I'm also a festival photographer, and I want to spread both messages online.
Awesome. Awesome. What about you, Andrea?
I'm with CBA and a few other groups, and I just want to help promote the groups.
Beautiful. Glad you're here. All right, Joanne Ledesma.
Uh, so I did watch the first episode, so I'm caught up. Thank you for sending that to me.
Yay.
I wear 5 hats. I license music to film and TV. I manage 5 bluegrass bands. I run a social media website for bluegrass, and 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 I work a couple festivals as well.
So why are you here? That's awesome, by the way. But yeah, what's your reason for being here?
So well, I have 5 bands, including Water Tower, but I need to be more active in 3 places. One is my personal Facebook page, which is Music Biz Gal on Facebook or Instagram, Music Biz Gal, and because that works for my music business consulting. And then I need to also help with my artists that I manage with their social media. So I'm hoping that Kenny's been doing a bulk of it, and so I'm going to try and take it over for some of the other acts that I work with, and then also for some of the festivals that I either coordinate or book for. I want to help them with their social media game as well. I'm kind of been hesitant to learn some of these new tools, but I'm ready now.
You can
Excellent.
do it.
Yeah, you got this. Excellent. All right, Jocelyn, your name, which I just said, and why you were here, and who else is with you there?
Hey, I'm Jocelyn, it's Lara, my mom, and our dog, Inigo Montoya, the great sword fighter. Who
Yes.
and um, we are here to learn more about social media. We just made a really hilarious reel, or half of one that we're gonna finish, and it's gonna be really funny because
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. Patty.
I'm Patty. I started Camp and Strum, and I'm on the board with SWABA, and I'm a member of several groups here in California. And I've I've always tried to help musicians by sharing content for them or engaging with them to help keep their feeds active.
Mhm.
And uh, but as we learn as we do this, it's constantly changing and it's hard to keep up. So I'm relying upon you to help keep me current with technology.
Excellent, excellent. The stuff I like to teach is what we call evergreen. So then when the technology changes, you have the tactics and the psychology behind it. So we can just move on to the next platform. And also, what is SWABA, Patty?
SWABA is Southwest Bluegrass Association,
Okay.
and we cover not just California, but a lot of the southwestern states. We have members all across the country. Terry Brewer's our president, and he's quite active in a lot of bluegrass. Um, uh, I, I guess it would be sites. He's got crazy amount of followers. He looks like a hillbilly, but man, that guy's is really good. And I
Excellent.
help him a little bit. So
Okay, thank you. So that's what SWABA is, Southwest Bluegrass Association. Now, Jack, why are
Oh,
you here, buddy?
hi. Yes. Well, I'm a fairly new CBA member, and I just over the last slightly less than a week, I was up at the Julian Fiddle Camp, and I happened to be camping next to Aunt Andrea. So we got to talking a little bit, and then we were also sitting near each other at one of the night shows, and kind of mentioned something about why we weren't videoing this. This was great, and I know there's a lot of reasons why you can't, but so I still asked. and the conversation basically came around to, well, we could use you on it. Maybe it'd be, I don't want to say we could use you, but it was something to like, well, maybe you'd like the social media aspect of things to get involved, because the bluegrass situation could be better in this part of the world. This is down in San Diego. And so that would be nice. And I had an interest in social media some years ago. I never really did much with it, so I'll be open to learning things.
Excellent. We're so glad you're here, Jack. Welcome. Elise, why are you here?
First thing that popped in my mind, Jocelyn, I was looking at my brochure from California Bluegrass. That was you in the article?
Sorry, I'm eating chips, but yes, that was.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, that was really fun. Are you talking about the band interview or the article?
Well, I mean, I just saw your photo and I said, hey, I know that face, and I didn't know more about you until I read that.
Yeah, it was cool. That was fun to write.
Practice article, that was good.
Yeah. Definitely. Okay. Boring as it may sound, I have run on Facebook a page called Music and Language Appreciation. And through the last year with Kenny and Patty, I have learned a lot more about how to function on what is so necessary to know how to do.
Beautiful. Well, we're so glad you're here, Elise. And Kendra, welcome.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me here. Well, I'm originally from Maine and we have heavy bluegrass there, but I don't have any other affiliation to bluegrass except for I'm volunteering at the Bluegrass Festival in Grass Valley. I'm actually a professional trauma coach, a holistic grief guide, and I am a certified end of life doula. So I am here because I always love learning new things. I do have an online presence, but as has already been spoken about tonight, is that things change. There's new things that come up. There's new ways to do things, and I always love to hear what's going on and what are the new things. So that's why I'm here.
So glad you're here and glad you're going to be at Grass Valley. I'm going to be at Grass Valley too. And I wanted to say that there's a social media class. This is basically the lead up to that. So when we get to Grass Valley on Friday, I believe it's at lunchtime, I'm going to be hosting a social media class with my bandmate, Jesse Blue Eads. And we're going to be talking about all this stuff. So hope to see you all there because it's going to be a sort of a hands-on day where we really learn to put these things into action. So welcome everybody. Now, Wendy had texted me, and I know you may not be able to turn on your mic or camera, but if you are there, Wendy, and you'd like to say something, you are welcome to say hi. Or if you don't, okay, there you are.
Fine, whatever. No, I'm Wendy Nelson. I work in the music industry and I'm here to support you and learn more from you. I've already learned so much more about the industry from you, and just happy to be here and meet everybody.
Awesome. Grateful. We're so glad you're here, Wendy. So what I'd like everyone to do now is go ahead into the chat, and I want you to type one account that we could follow, that we could all follow each other. So whether that's Instagram or a TikTok or a Facebook, make sure and delineate that and say FB Water Tower Band or whatever it is that your account is that we can follow. So go ahead and type that in the chat right now, because part of what we're doing here is we're building community and we're building what's called an engagement pool. Right now we're all in a pool together and we can all help each other engage. Andrea, cool. Andrea Zalonis on Facebook. Awesome. Looking for more of these popping up. Let's see. There we got Camp and Strum Facebook group. Thanks, Patty. I'll put mine in there. Jocelyn Skyharp on IG. Wendy Nelson _ creative on Insta.
Also, if you did not get this link via email, then we don't have your email address. Would it be possible to put your email address in that chat if we don't already have it? Because we're making a list so that we can have it in one place.
Great. Yeah. So drop your email. And that is awesome, Kendra. I will say that we don't really use LinkedIn. Anything other than if you got a Facebook or an Instagram or a YouTube or a Twitter or a Twitch or anything besides LinkedIn would be great. And no worries if you don't have one. FB Music Biz Gal, Jack. Cool. Thanks for your email. And we got Facebook for Jack Apple. Awesome. Cool. I'm
Kenny?
ready. Yeah.
Have we done all grass? Did you do all grass, or do I need to do that one?
We're only gonna get one today.
Okay. I didn't know which one to use. Okay.
Wendy, Heartstring Industry, thank you. Got your email, right? So now what I want you to do, if you've already typed it in, is go and follow everybody on this list. All right, we're gonna go and follow now, or just take a picture of it and save it. But ideally, you could go follow the ones that are easy. So if you do, oh great, Instagram, I'm Kendra Official, excellent. So we're gonna follow each other, and I want you to start creating meaning for each other on each other's platforms. So what I mean by that is if you follow I am Kendra Official, is you're gonna go ahead to her page and you're gonna follow it, and then you're gonna go ahead and maybe have a meaningful comment there.
Kenny, everybody can do a copy and paste into like a Word doc. So you don't have to retype it.
Yes, totally. Do a copy and a paste into a Word doc.
Yes, and you're going to have to do that before this meeting is over because Zoom will delete the chat as soon as the meeting's over, and it doesn't save with the recording. We found that out the hard way one time. So
Right?
just copy everything off the chat before the meeting ends. And Kenny, please remind everybody to do
I
that.
will, of course, of course. Thank you so much.
And if you don't, I already copied it and I can send it to everybody.
Look at that. Beautiful.
And
I
she's
have
the
a
secretary for the
question.
California Bluegrass Association. Thank you, Andrea.
Thank
I
you
do have
so
a
much.
question.
Okay, we got a question, Joanne.
So, mine is a group page instead of like a personal page. Does that work, or
Sure, wherever you want people to follow what you do.
I wasn't sure what the difference was.
Yeah, whatever you want people to follow for what you do. It could be a group page, it could be an Insta page, a Facebook page, Twitter, TikTok. Unfortunately, not LinkedIn. I do LinkedIn, but I know that it's LinkedIn isn't exactly where we're going to be able to really spread our message of this whole thing.
Yeah.
But that's rad that you're on LinkedIn. All right, Canvas. Cool. So that looks like about everyone. We are still waiting on a couple. Oh, Music Biz Gal group page. Got you, Joanne. Okay. All right. So today, before we jump in,
Kenny,
yes.
okay, so the workshop you're doing next week is going to be at the Bluegrass Festival in Grass Valley. On my cell, it says it's June 13th to 16th.
Correct. So next week is going to be here at 6. So we're doing every Monday at 6 p.m. is we're going to meet online. And then at Grass Valley, I'm going to be there on June 14th, which is Friday, in person to do it.
So you're under the music workshops, but they don't list Water Tower on the stages. So it's where it says free music workshop. Is that you?
Yeah, Water Tower is not playing this year. We played last year and it was a lot of fun, but I'm going to be running a workshop, just me and my buddy Jesse. And so that should be under
Okay.
my name.
And that will be something also that we can watch here, or we're going to prepare for it?
We're going to prepare for it, and that's
Okay.
going to be, yeah, we're going to do that in person, so it will not be online.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course, of course. So before we jump in, are there any questions on last week's homework? And actually, could I get a little feedback on last week's homework? Let's start with you, Jocelyn. How did last week's homework, can you tell us what homework was and what happened? Oh, I think we might need to hit the unmute, Jocelyn. There we go.
Kenny, you called me
There you go.
out.
Oh, That's all right. If we didn't do anything, that's all right. We can move on to someone else. No worries.
I gotta say, I was just focusing on practicing for Parkfield this week.
Oh, okay, no worries.
That did not happen.
Well, I guess I saw your homework, so I maybe there's a miscommunication, but the homework was to just start posting and stuff, and I saw you did some great posting. So I was referring.
Yeah, but I wasn't like doing it like that much.
Okay, so how did it go? Just tell me about any experiences you had this week with your social media.
Well, I had to help mom edit a reel because every time she tried to like adjust one of the pictures, she like, I don't know, forgot how to scroll or something. It was really funny.
Hmm.
So I did that,
Excellent.
and
She's in the accelerated course because she has to do her own homework and help her mom. So
Excellent. It's advanced placement.
it's advanced. Yeah.
Yeah.
and I don't know, how many reels did I make this week? I don't know. I found a really old photo of me playing this woman's harp when I was
Mhm.
like 8, but it looks like I'm 4.
Okay.
So I made like a reel of a bunch of pictures of me playing harp, and yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. And I saw it got a lot of views and it got a lot of likes too. And that's really cool. So you're reaching people with old photographs and turning them into reels. Good job. That's great. Excellent. All right, Andrea, how'd your homework go?
Well, I've got all the stuff ready, but I haven't posted anything yet.
Okay, cool. We getting
I
it
was
ready.
I was at Julian Fiddle Camp, so I really didn't have any way to do it.
All right, cool. Well, that's, by the way, so being at a fiddle camp is the best kind of, so I'm going to say whatever our homework was last week, we're going to do it again for the new people this week. And it's when you go to a place like Julian Fiddle Camp, is that you take your phone out and you document what's around you. So if you're at Julian Fiddle Camp, that's kind of like a gold mine for really cool stuff. You pull your phone out and you say, whoa, there's someone playing fiddle. It's awesome. So that's going to be your homework for this week. So if anyone does anything, for example, goes to Parkfield Bluegrass, your homework is to grab your phone out and document what's happening. All
I'll
right?
be there.
Excellent. So you know what your homework is then, yeah?
Yeah.
My mom said
Okay.
she'd get me a car before she gets me a phone, and I don't even have a phone.
You get to use my phone like you already do. So
Well, luckily, if you use social media in the right way, you'll be able to buy a car pretty quick.
there you
Hey,
go.
Kenny, would it be a good idea to do just the 7-minute live and then click off, or does it need to be edited?
It would be better to edit it. Now, there's a couple reasons. Good question. Live streaming is good, and I will say definitely do live streaming. But the thing about it is that later a live stream's quality kind of degrades, so it's going to be better to record it on your phone. And again, most people drop off around 1.8 seconds. So you want to make sure that whatever it is you're posting is really engaging in the first 5 seconds, what we call holy ground. The first 5 seconds of any video are holy ground because really what these platforms are looking for is to keep people on there. So 7 minutes could be like a month's worth of daily clips for sure. Excellent. All right, Patty, what about your homework?
Okay, well, I think I did Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Shorts.
Yes, all four, the big four. All right.
My first one was an old video from the beach that I thought was funny. I thought it was funny, and it was a guy on the ukulele playing Creep, which is
I loved it.
unusual. I was like really shocked to see how many views that got. And then I was camping all weekend. I missed the Long Beach Festival. I would really wanted to be there, but I had already made my reservations for Kenny Grove. And I love Kenny Grove because it is such a mixture of music that it's just hard for me to miss. Anyways, I got a lot of video and I made a bunch of stuff last night because it was just hysterical. And I don't know, I like it, but I got some videos. I think I put up Cherokee Nation that, I mean, how often do you hear that in a jam? Seriously. Jethro Tull, locomotive breath. The guy said, I'm like, oh man, this is really good stuff. So I put little 10-second clips or 15, and I was surprised at the one of them got in like 30 minutes, it had like 300 views.
Excellent.
So,
Great work.
yeah.
So cool. You're doing great, Patty. So Patty posted to the Big Four, which is Kendra and Jack, to catch you up. Last week we were talking about the Big Four, which are Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. And what we talked a little bit last time is called the Great TikTok Interruption. And it's where TikTok came in right before the pandemic and sort of interrupted the way everything is done in the music industry and all industries, and forced everybody to consume their content vertically, up and downy. And essentially anything that is posted this way is now punished algorithmically and suppressed in its views. So we have been forced to adapt if we want to get our message out there. And it's just a whole lot easier when you record stuff this way and you post it this way. And that's why YouTube Shorts, Facebook, and Instagram Reels were introduced, because TikTok, they were all losing everything to TikTok. In fact, Google has been losing, for the first time, took a loss in its search engine because TikTok is now being used as a search engine. Spotify, same thing. They introduced a 7-second video called Canvas, which is when there's a song, it now has a 7-second repeating video that takes up your whole phone screen, because Spotify is losing out to TikTok now as well.
Well, I was surprised. I didn't really know about the metrics until probably the last 24 hours. And then when you brought up that people only watch 1.7 seconds, I noticed, I remembered seeing one. I'm like, oh man, they're dropping off after 5 seconds. And I'm like, oh, I guess that's a good thing, because
It's a great thing.
I didn't know that it gave me this stuff right here. I know that with Facebook and Instagram, but I didn't know that I could do that on, I don't spend enough time on TikTok. So, but that was interesting. I have to say, I met a person that I was trying to bring into our group here, so that she could help songmakers, because songmakers they need help with their social media. And I met a lady, she actually does what you're doing. And I was thinking I was going to try and get her. She was a professor at UCLA. She taught social media at UCLA. And she's with Marimel Creative Studio, Rethink Next Lab, or something like that. I didn't know what, you play music with people and you never know what they do. You don't know that you're playing with somebody who does things that, it was just weird because you're focused on playing music. But I was thinking of, I'm supposed to contact her, which I haven't. And I was thinking maybe I'd try and bring her in here and maybe help us. She was suggesting, because she said all this information changes every 6 months. And she was suggesting that we try and learn AI, do AI.
Excellent. So how did your homework go, Elise? Oh, wait, we had a question. Joanne, was there a question?
Just a real quick question. On the first video, you suggested a tool that helps us with editing. What was that?
CapCut.
CapCut. Okay.
CapCut is the most important. Yes. And we'll get into that in a second. I just want to catch up on everybody's homework specifically. So yeah, Elise, how'd your homework go?
I did on, well, I don't understand how all of a sudden either Facebook or Instagram had my last 10 personal photos posted, and they said, pick one and make a reel. So I picked my little guy, and then they had you select, this is my own photo. Music, the one they suggested was Eye of the Tiger, which I let it go. And nobody on my music and language appreciation page likes it or comments. However, in addition to putting the name of the song, what is it? The A Water Tower, A Matt Axton Music, and A one of my followers, James Rogers, and Matt Axton liked it.
Excellent.
So that was fast. And then the other time I was on TikTok, I did 4 posts on the Kentucky Derby. one created in my own living room, and two I took off of NBC Sports, the actual running.
Great. Good job, Elise.
That worked well. I mean, about 240 on all of the Kentucky Derby. And the last thing I did that was validating for myself was I shared a lot of Dan Fogelberg's Run for the Roses song, even when he was interviewed about why he wrote it. It's about horses. It's a very beautiful song. And immediately one of the persons that really criticizes me the most, Kurt Chin, he immediately responded positively to it. So yeah, I don't know if that answered your homework, but I think this little one, the 7-second reel, didn't go very well. Even on my own page, even though I posted it 2 or 3 times, because the content was not interesting to them.
All right.
Oh, I know what I wanted to ask you, Kenny, one more thing. When I did the reel, you said to do some kind of writing on it. It didn't offer me any options to do that, so I just started putting in my own comments phrases from Eye of the Tiger, but there was no way I could post on top of the reel when I started on Facebook or Instagram they called it a story. I don't get why I couldn't write on it.
Okay, thanks for sharing that with us. That's a very good question. That's kind of a one I'll get into after we get through everyone's homework. I'll get to that question. All right, Robin, how'd your
I'm
home? Sorry, what's that, Elise?
I'm done. I gotta go move my car before the battery dies again.
Okay, awesome. Well, okay, then to quickly answer your question, yes, captions are very important, and there is a way to add captions to every video. I'll just add a tutorial on that maybe at the end of this or send you a link. Yeah, captions. Great. Robin, how was your homework?
Well, after shooting still photos all day at the Long Beach Bluegrass Festival, I went to the after party and I took my phone. I didn't even bring my still camera. I just got my phone and I shot a pretty nice reel. I was standing right behind Kenny and then it got really good. So it was really crowded in there. So I crawled under the table with my phone in hand and I popped back up in the middle of the circle and I got up and down like this, everybody as they were taking their break around the circle. And then when everybody played, I went around again and I have that reel.
Sorry, I don't understand.
It's and Google's spying on me right now.
Clearly.
And it's a very nice reel. It's like 4 minutes long and it has to be cut up into little pieces, I know, but I gave that to Kenny and he doesn't have time to deal with it either. But eventually that reel is going to see the light of day.
Yes.
And it's going to get really good hits because that was a fun jam.
Good job. That's great. I love you going all out for it, getting right in the middle of the jam.
And I hope Kenny has time to pick it apart and post it somewhere.
Yes, that's where the juicy bits are,
Because
right?
I don't. I'm going to Parkfield tomorrow. I mean, Wednesday. So.
Well, good job. That is
And that's
so.
all I did. I didn't do anything else. I'm slammed. Oh, but I
That's
did make a new friend today, and she's probably going to join us. It's Edgar Loudermilk's publicist.
Oh,
excellent. Excellent.
She
Very
can't
good.
be here tonight, but she asked for the link, so I'm going to put her in the group. And she wants everybody's contacts and everything. So I'm going to
Great.
see
So
Edgar at Parkfield. So.
awesome. So Jack, you weren't there to do any homework, but let's kind of assess what's going on with you and where you need to grow and what you're trying to do with your business. I know you told us a little bit about it, but what are you doing here?
Well, this is going to be very interesting for me because I haven't been posting a lot of stuff. So I've been a little negligent in that area. So this is really it's interesting, and it's not that it's difficult. I just have to do it, So
Yeah.
I wish I had known because I really didn't take a lot of photos up at the Julian camp, but I missed a good opportunity up there because I'm just not used to doing it. So
That's all right.
I'm going to be getting out of my comfort zone a little bit and stretch and do something different and, quit acting like an old guy and start doing,
Well,
start
great. So you're
doing
doing,
stuff.
so I would recommend taking videos, all right? So videos up and down. Do you understand when I say up and down what I mean?
Oh, sure.
Okay, great. So, and I want you to take clips and I want you to document what's in front of you. So pictures, great, do some pictures, but focus on videos. Videos always do better, and videos are how we're going to grow accounts. Pictures don't really grow accounts, but videos do. So, excellent. Oh, a question here from Lara.
Can't even unmute the you. I wanted to say, I know officially, like, I'm just here to support my daughter, but I also have my own business and social media account. And so I actually posted for the first time 7 reels this week.
Yes.
For suggestion. And I just wanted to add that I noticed that the reels that actually have my face in them, where I'm either talking or something,
Mhm.
get a lot more hits than, other things, flowers or whatever. So I just thought I'd add that into the conversation.
Thank you. This is a great observation. Yes, anytime you post a reel, it's always going to do better with a person in it. And the closer the person is, generally the better it's going to do. Also, this is the thumbnail. The thumbnail is one of the most important parts of any of these things. So you know how you can choose a thumbnail. If your thumbnail has a person in it, it's always going to be clicked on more than if it doesn't. So always make sure that the thumbnail is the one that's the closest up, the clearest, where you can really see the face. Very, very good point, and good job on 7 reels. That's awesome. That is so exciting. So now, yes, Jack.
Since I'm new and starting, when we post something, does it have to be music related, or is this just we're just getting a feel for it? At least I am getting a feel for it.
Just get a feel for it. It doesn't have to be music related. Now, these apps are designed around music, and so a lot of times it helps with that. But like if you put music on it, but it just get a feel for it. It doesn't have to be music. It can just be, whatever. But are you going to be posting on what platform are you mainly?
Well, I'm going to have to make a couple of accounts here. I'm on LinkedIn and obviously Facebook, because I posted that link in the
Okay.
chat.
And now, what exactly is your goal with the music? Like, are you a musician? Are you trying to help? Like, what do you want to do with the music or your company or brand?
Okay, well, I'm retired for one thing. I
Yeah.
was a building manager
Okay.
before I retired, and before that I was an air conditioning tech. So I've seen enough sun and roofs. But actually, I've been loving music ever since I was a kid. So I think I heard my favorite fiddler before I even got a car license. Vasa Clements, way back when the Circle album came out. So I've been loving,
Yes.
and I lived up in East Coast in New York, and there used to be all kinds of music and a lot of festivals in the summer up there when the weather was decent. So not that so that's what I mean when I say I think the situation could be just a little better because there was so much music back there. And when I say in reference to Southern California, but anyway, so yes, I am a musician. I've played the violin for quite a while. I started out doing old time and bluegrassy stuff. Then I went to the dark side and I'm in an orchestra now. But I still fiddle on the side. I still do a lot of fiddling.
Okay. So what would you like to do with your music online? What's the goal here?
Well, part of getting involved in the music camp up in Julian again, and I had gone to them years ago, but then I kind of got away from going, about 4 or 5 year break. I'd like to get together with a lot of people and just jam more. I play
Okay.
the violin, and fiddle, violin / fiddle. So I want to eventually get in the band somewhere and start going around.
All right, great. I have a plan for you then. Here's your homework. I want you to put do you ever practice or play by yourself?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I want you to put your phone up in front of you while you're practicing, and I want you to record just a few minutes of it, like warm up and get to where you're playing pretty good and you're like, oh, I really like this, and just record a minute of it. And then I want you to go back and take out your favorite 10, 15-second clip of it, and I want you to post that up and downy on an Instagram account. Now you could do Facebook, but Instagram is where people are really spending most of their time besides TikTok. And I'm talking about for social media. Social media, I mean where we interact with our friend pool. TikTok is a different thing. TikTok isn't social media. It's where creators create. It's where music trends and hit songs are built. So I would recommend Instagram because Facebook is good too, but it's going to be a little easier. I don't know. I would say do both, but if you could start an Instagram and then post a reel of you practicing, that would be your homework. Does that seem doable?
Sure. Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, Instagram is a bit of a pain in the butt to learn if you've never done it before, but if you get lost, give me a call and I'll walk you through it. Or any of these people here, they have posted reels and they can walk you through. But that's your homework, Jack. I want you to post one reel. Great work. Great work. So now moving over to you, Kendra, because we didn't have homework for you last week. What is exactly your goal here?
Okay, so my goal, actually, I have, I got logged out of I had a large Facebook following. So I Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and LinkedIn. And I've been doing social media for probably 4 years now. So I'm already in the habit of posting every day, getting more comfortable with reels. And my goal is to really twofold, help people with different things about trauma and grief and things like that, but also letting them get to know me as a person.
Okay.
So what I've been doing is I'll post. So for instance, on Instagram, I'll post a reel or something that has to do with grief or trauma in the regular post, but up in the top where you can I post other things. I may post something that is happening with me on the farm that I live on, or that type of thing. So it's kind of a combination of giving people information and letting them also know about me.
Okay.
I also have a fairly robust TikTok account.
Let me follow it. It's I am Kendra official.
Let me look really. I haven't been on it in a little while.
Okay. And one to clarify what you're saying. So you were saying when you post in the top, are you referring to stories?
Yeah, stories.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. Let me just look at my TikTok here. I haven't been on it in a while.
Okay.
I was focusing actually more on LinkedIn just because of the business part of it. Where is my TikTok? I might have deleted it, but I should be on there. If you look up Kendra McLaughlin, McLaughlin, you should be able to find it on there. Okay.
Okay, let me look at it. Kendra McLaughlin users. So there's a lot of them here. I got about 300 right here, but if you could just, for your homework is to find out what your TikTok is and then let us know so we can follow it.
Okay, sounds good.
Good.
But I basically post every day. But I've gotten used. I'm in the habit of posting every single day. What I'm trying to do is I do take video, and I'm trying to do more reels. I find a lot more attention with reels, as you've been saying. But I post both on Facebook every day and also in stories on Facebook every day.
Okay, so your new assignment is to start taking away your focus from stories and focus on reels. Because I'm looking at your Instagram here, and if you post every day on TikTok, then what we talked about last time, which is do it on CapCut and then post to the big four. So if you make the video in CapCut, then post it to your TikTok, your YouTube Shorts, your Instagram Reels, and your Facebook Reels. That way you make one video and post to all four, and you're getting traction on all four. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes total sense. Thank you.
Of course, excellent. Because I'm looking at your reels and they're great. The one thing will notice is, like, for example, this one, because you're not in it, it's just going to get punished. So we need to get you in these things.
Okay, that's the other good point, is that I don't usually post reels with me in it. Some of them I have, but some of them I haven't. So
Okay, great, great. So, all right, we've gone through everyone, and Wendy, I'm just gonna pretend like you're chilling right now, but if you want to talk to us, you just go ahead and raise your hand or jump in. Um,
I have a quick question, Kenny, and I
sure.
could do this later, but it might help everybody.
Yeah.
So reluctantly, I have gone with what you're saying about doing the up and downsy. And for YouTube, why is it blurry for the first couple of seconds? Every single one. I thought it was just like a glitch for a minute, but
That sounds like a glitch. It shouldn't be blurry for it. It might just be your account, in which case what I would do is uninstall the app and then reinstall it.
okay.
Yeah, because that's a that shouldn't be the case.
Yeah.
Good question. That stuff like that happens all the time. Good question. I'm glad you brought it up. But usually uninstall the app, bring it back. It should take care of it. If it doesn't, give me a call and we'll work it out.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right, great. All right, so now I want to talk about what this week's assignment is going to be. All right, this week's assignment is called MVP, which stands for Minimum Viable Product. All right, so never ever let good get in the way of perfect. Or perfect get in the way of good. Sorry, never let perfect get in the way of good, because we want to make good content. It doesn't have to be perfect. So what we need is a minimum viable product. Now, this is what you see musicians and artists and labels doing. They will test 10 songs, and each one will have a minimum viable product music video with it. So you'll see these videos come out that are either AI generated, going back to what you were saying, Patty, using AI. And we can talk about AI as a whole nother lesson sometime. I'm using that all the time for our music in every different capacity. AI is so helpful. It saves so much money and so much time. And it can automate so many things. But I want you all to start thinking about the minimum viable product. And again, back to artists and labels and records, when they come out, they're going to go ahead and do 10 singles, one a month for 10 months, and they're going to release a music video. And that music video is going to be an MVP, meaning they're not going to invest any money in this music video. They're just going to AI it or just do a couple lip syncing videos and be like, here's how it go. And then whatever video does the best out of these 10, or whatever song is resonating the most, then they're going to invest more heavily in that particular video. And because that's the one that they're going to want to chase. That's the one that's going to start to do better. And that's how major labels are doing it, indie labels and stuff like that. And the same thing applies for any product that you have, whether it's not music or say you have a book. Come up with your minimum viable product that you can just be like, all right, here's something I can put out there that it's not perfect, but it's going to go ahead and it's going to start to reach people. All right, so this week, I want you all to come up with your MVPs for your products, your songs, your videos. Essentially, just think of it as you're creating a video, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I want you to let go of that attachment to being perfect and just get something good out there. And when I say good, to update people who are just joining, what's good to me is something that contributes to the lessening of suffering. That is the goal here. If we can contribute to the lessening of suffering, we are winning the game. If we can brighten someone's day for just a few seconds, that's all we need. So any questions on MVP, what that means? Excellent, excellent. So that's going to be homework this week. Lara, were you going to say something? No? Okay, cool. Excellent, excellent. So that's going to be homework this week is MVP. You're going to find yourself a minimum viable product. You're going to post as much as you can. Ideally, we're moving up to once a day. And it's okay if you're not there. Like obviously Kendra's at once a day. So her new assignment is going to be to post once a day on all 4 of them. Now, if you're somebody like Jack who hasn't really posted, who doesn't have an Instagram yet, then if you can just get 1 post up there, Jack, that's really going to be great. And it's really going to help. And then hearing Lara's story of posting every day, 7 reels in a row is really, really cool. Because again, the message that I say is if you post once a day for a year, you'll never have to worry about money again. And now I'm speaking to people who are making a living at this. For people who aren't going to make a living at this, posting can just be a fun way for you to engage with your community, contribute to the lessening of suffering, and grow whatever message it is you're trying to grow. But for those of us who are making a living doing this, if you post once a day for a year, you'll never have to worry about money again. And again, that came from one of my gurus, and it has been true for everyone that I have worked with who does it. And are there any questions thus far about anything, by the way?
Can I ask, can we use old videos?
Yes. Yes, of course. Use old videos. Definitely. Jocelyn, did you have a question?
I have a question. It's Laura.
Oh, Laura. Yeah.
If you're attempting to do the post once a day thing,
Yeah.
and you just really don't have the time for a reel, is it better to throw in a still photo, or is it really crucial that it be a reel every single day? Like, is it okay to intersperse just a photo every once in a while?
It's okay, but it's basically just sort of like a nothing post. The way I look at it, a photo should really be something that is like, if it's a photo, you got to have a super engaging caption that's going to get everybody somehow the Instagram or any of the algos to see it, because, or it has to be a carousel with 10 photos, because the thing that they're trying to do is keep people on the platform, and one photo doesn't do that. People just subconsciously scroll past it. So no matter if you post a photo, it will be punished. Now every now and then I'll post a photo, but it's like a photo thanking our top engagers with 50 of our top engagers in it. It has a photo of us, or I'll have a high res photo of us every now and then, and it'll be a very specific, like, hey, here's our tour date or something like that. It never does as well as our reels, but it's got to be a very specific thing. Sure, it counts, but it's not really going to help your career. Unless now
Better
with a
than
grain of
not
salt.
posting all that day?
No, I'd rather have a photo than nothing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But yes, photos are just always going to be punished. But put 10 photos on a carousel. That's going to do better, because then people start swiping through it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so it's really all about the engagement time is what I'm hearing you say. Yes.
It's really all about the amount of time you keep people on the post, and they're measuring that. They're really measuring exactly how long it is. And so the thing is that a photo, a photo could punish you, because if people don't look at it, the next day's reels might be buried because of the amount of time that they spent on the photo.
Got it.
Photo.
Okay.
So again, posting 10 photos is the way to go, I would say. Like post the main photo on top and just put 10 other blah ones, so then people start swiping through it and it shows a little bit that, yeah, so that would probably be, but good question. Also turn those photos into a reel. So take 3 photos, 5 seconds each, put a song behind it, put one of Jocelyn's songs behind it, or Bluebirds on a Wire, have your 3 photos in a reel, make it in CapCut, import the song, and then post that as a reel. Boom.
Okay. Thanks, Kenny.
Yeah, great question. What else? I think we had another question there. Robin, was that you or no? Was that Patty? No.
I noticed on one of my original posts from when we started, that they took my audio off,
Yeah.
and I just had to replace the audio. Does
Yeah.
that happen a lot, I guess?
Yeah. Are you talking about on Facebook?
Instagram.
Instagram, yes. So UMG is dealing with them right now. There's like a whole lawsuit over what songs. So yeah, when they take it away, it's just people fighting at the corporate level over pennies. There's nothing you can do about that. When they take it away, just go ahead and put another song there.
And what about with copyright? I'm always careful I try not to put the songs on, the names, although I did with the ones recently.
Because
like put on Grateful Dead, because they never cared about anything, right? About their copyrights. But I've always been nervous about putting that, because I know it's like on YouTube, they check for copyright infringement.
For monetization, yes, and they will demonetize your video in that case. If you're trying to monetize, yeah, but they automatically do that now, so it's not a huge deal.
I've never seen a penny from YouTube. So, and we have one video tutorial that Scott did that's got almost 1 million views and got nothing.
Well, you make sure there's a few requirements to be monetizable on YouTube. So make sure you research exactly what it is and see if you can monetize your channel. Because yes, they're taking all that money if you haven't claimed your monetization panel yet.
Well, yeah, and I think when we started that channel, it was prior to Google owning it.
Yes. So that might have all happened in the before time. But yes, there are past.
It's hard to give it up, because they've been on there a long, long time. And they're still active. Got you.
Well, check out your monetization on YouTube and let me know. Get back to us next week on that, and let's see if you can go ahead and a path to monetization. Now, the other important thing I want to mention about this week is making the customer the hero of your brand. All right. Now, I was mentioning last week about a client of ours this week that grew 100,000 followers in the last month since my team started working with her. And she had experienced sort of a stagnation over about a year where she wasn't growing. It was hovering over the same couple thousand. She grew basically 3,000 to 4,000 over the last year for some reason. And then we came on, and the only thing we did different was we posted once a day every single day. And this is now we're at week 6. And we also changed the language subtly to make the customer the hero of the client's brand. So what I mean by that is that when we say, hey, check out what I'm doing, that is not, nobody cares what you're doing. I'm sorry to break it to you, but the only thing that people care about is themselves, right? So the value that you can provide for somebody is the thing that they're going to care about. So the reason that we were able to grow our account 100,000 in this short amount of time, and by the way, 100,000 is a lot. Influencers who have 100,000 followers can charge $20,000 for a post. I'm working with a client right now who has 3.5 million, and he charges $100,000 for a 15-second reel post. All right, so 100,000 is nothing to laugh at. But the simple thing we did was post once a day, and we changed the language. That's it. Those 2 things will do it. So make the customer the hero of your brand. What does that mean? That means that when I say, hey, look at me, I'm playing fiddle really awesome. That is not growth content. That is not growth language. What growth language is going to be like, do you want to see me? Do you want to be a part of my journey as I get better on fiddle? Do you remember when I was like this and now I'm like this? Or who was there when I did this on the fiddle? Or let's talking about, speaking to Lara now and your Oracle deck. So can you just tell us for a second, Lara, what your Oracle deck is and what it does for your clients?
Yeah. So I created an Oracle deck, and for those of you who don't know what an Oracle deck is, it's like tarot cards, but a little bit more general. And this Oracle deck teaches a winter solstice practice that's all about aligning with nature and the quiet and the darkness and the true magic of the what I call the winter solstice season. So it's a practice that that completely changed my life, the way I moved through winter and the holidays. And I self-published 4 years ago, and it's gotten really great feedback. So that's just a quick.
Excellent. Thank you. And by the way, it's a lot of people have to leave to a South State 48. Thank you all for coming. We'll see you at next week on Monday.
Kenny,
Yeah.
Pete is going to change the link so that we don't have to. We can stay for questions if you like.
Oh, great. Thank you. Yeah, let's stay for questions. I appreciate that. And then I'll jump into South State 48 too. So
Yeah,
I
I already
want to.
changed the link. It's already changed.
Okay, cool. So now,
We're
Lara,
good. This is more important. So if people have questions, this is more important than being
We
there.
don't
I told them I'm not going to be able to make it.
You're not going to go to South State 48 meeting?
Well, I can try to go to the end of part of South State. I'm slammed right now.
awesome. So Lara,
I wanted to make a comment though about Jocelyn real quick. If you're looking for some old posts to post, our Father's Day festival is coming up, and the big pros are all over that, and it's getting a lot of hits and stuff like that. So that video that you took with my cell phone of Rhonda Vincent and Jocelyn and her band at the hot dog stand, that's like golden stuff. I mean, yeah, my phone was a little crappy, but what you shot, it was up and down, and it was awesome.
I don't think it was it up and down.
There's
It's
no
probable
way.
if it wasn't, but
Wait, maybe I don't know.
I never.
it might have been. I might have done it by accident, but we can look those up. And yeah, that's great. This girl has so much.
I sent them to you. I don't think they've ever been posted.
Yeah, I don't think they have. Yeah, those are you should do that.
Yeah, I will.
I've never posted them because I don't have time to edit, and those are golden. They're really good.
Call, Robin.
What's that?
I said good call. Yes, I agree.
I was taking stills. I got nice stills, and we can use the stills to intertwine with those, and
Robin,
it would be pretty neat.
You should try editing. It's not that hard. Just put it in. It's just a matter of.
I know it's not hard, and I've done it before. I have. I know how to edit. I have Premiere, and I know how to use it.
No.
It's way too time consuming for me. I just don't have time to do anything like that.
Robin, use CapCut. Seriously, try CapCut.
Oh, that's a good point too. Yes, but even that, nope. I've got stills to edit. I can't do it, but if you guys could do it, or somebody could do it. Maybe we could give it to Ellie. Maybe we could pay her to do it, but that would make a really neat reel for Father's Day. Just saying.
Yeah, I'll definitely do
That could go viral. I mean, that's the kind of stuff, right, Kenny?
that because you tag Rhonda Vincent.
No?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely. Cool. So Laura, I want to talk about what you were mentioning about your product. All right. So making the customer, and then we're going to finish off, but really making the customer the hero of your brand, right? So there's two ways you could approach it. One, what most people are doing is saying, hey, I made an Oracle deck. It's for $29.99, and boom.
Yeah.
Now another way is we could say, this Oracle deck changed my life, and I want to show you what it can do for you. That's one post. Now here's the next post is when I drew this owl card, it really made me feel like I was on the right path in my life, because this is what happened. What card are you going to draw? Ask it a question, like end it with a question or a call to action. So ending these posts with a call to action that gets them involved, or a hook. We like to call it a hook. Or just making a TikTok video. By the way, TikTok is where we throw stuff at the wall. You can post on TikTok all day long, 10 posts, whatever, is fine. If it doesn't work, take it down. Instagram and Facebook, I wouldn't recommend testing as much. Test it on TikTok, and then if it's really going and moving on TikTok, you can move it to the other stuff. But
I think that's my homework because I'm not on TikTok yet. So
Oh yeah, TikTok's the most important. So I would start testing stuff on TikTok, and you could just start saying trying stuff, and draw a card, be like, today's card is the owl card. And this is what if this TikTok stop scrolling. If this TikTok came video to you, this means this message is for you. And by the way, most people are consuming with the sound off, right? So have a big thing that says, stop scrolling. This is your card. Or like, your card just got drawn, because it just flips up in their face, right? So they're like, if you have a pattern interrupt, by the way, the pattern is scrolling. If you can interrupt the pattern of scrolling, you've won. So I'm always going to be talking about pattern interruptions. What do you interrupt the scroll pattern with, right? Because this is the pattern that everybody does. If you can get them to stop, that's the lottery. You've hit the lottery. So we're coming up with pattern interrupts, all right? So your pattern interrupts could be, stop scrolling. This card is for you. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
absolutely, yeah.
Excellent. And the reason we want to go viral is not because we're like, we want to be viral sensations. No, it's because we're trying to sell a product, or we're trying to sell a message, or we're just trying to contribute to the lessening of suffering, right?
I got
So
a really clear mission. My mission is to take the over-commercialized winter holidays back from the makers of materialism and to return the true focus of the solstice season to the sacred.
boom. Okay, that is awesome. Oh, I love to hear that. So great. That is such a good mission and message. That gets me so excited, because that can go viral. We can bite that up so many different ways, cut that up so people can take off little bites of it. And that mission, that message right there is needed on TikTok. That is a low-hanging fruit that you can pick and is ripe, and your message can take over. That's what's so beautiful about TikTok, is that the gatekeeper is the algorithm. It's no longer these people at the top. If we just game the algorithm, see, I come at this from punk rock. I come at this from like, hey, down with the system. Like, that's why I am so obsessed with this stuff, because now somebody like me can come in, somebody like you can come in and be like, hey, we're actually going to take over here. Excuse me, multi-million-dollar corporation. You don't understand content, but luckily we do. So we can go ahead and take over this commercialized, holiday thing. So anyway, that's really exciting. Patty, what were you going to say?
I wanted to find out, why doesn't she post her Instagram on here so that we can follow her?
Just follow you. Yeah.
That's-
Just trying to focus on my daughter, but I can do that.
Well, you can practice on each other. You learn on hers, you post on yours. You can do both.
Yeah, it'd be great. No, we're a team here. We're all a team. So that'd be great.
We're here to help each other. When we first started this, we gave all of our businesses. I have other businesses, so I only gave you one, but I would love to follow you.
Thank you. Yeah, Jocelyn
Yay.
just up there.
Thanks, Jocelyn. Yeah, and every week we can put a different account, or something like that. So this is great. Lara J. Day. Awesome. So as we wrap it up, are there any questions? I know Kendra and Jack, you are new, so I kind of want to see like if a lot of this went over your head, or if there's any questions, or are we in too deep for missing the first one, or how do you feel about this? Let's start with Jack.
Okay. Well, I have done some video work in the past, volunteering in a video room, and it was a lot of restoration and stuff. So it's not completely foreign to me, just to start that off with that. But with getting into Instagram and TikTok and such, I don't have any accounts there, but I'll be learning and I'll do it. And I don't know what I'm getting into yet.
Excellent.
Right, but I'll find out, right?
I'm so excited that you're game for this. Jack, that means the world to me. I'm so glad that you came to this class and that you're open-minded. This is so cool. Great, thank you. Now, Kendra, what about you? How are you feeling about all this? I know you already have some robust TikTok and stuff, but
I feel really great because I think just even the changes that you talked about today is going to make a huge difference in how I engage with my community. So I understand all of it. I just need to tweak a few things. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm actually really excited. Very simple tips that I can utilize. And I think it's going to make a big difference.
oh, that makes me so happy. I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you. And thank you for coming to this class and contributing your energy. And now we have someone else to follow. And again, part of our assignment this week is engage with the people in this list. This is our new engagement pool. So when you see Lara post or Jocelyn post or Jack or Patty or Robin or California Bluegrass Association, go ahead and put a meaningful comment there and be like, wow, I really like the way your violin hit it on the A note, or I really like the way you drew that oracle card, or oh, that was a great part on the harp, or good fiddle playing. Yeah, Robin, what did you have a question?
Well, I just wanted to remind everybody, the only single thing that we have for everybody, for sure, because there's all these different platforms, is your email address. So if you haven't given us your email address, please put it on there, because it's become kind of a difficult thing to get everybody the links to these meetings and the reminders,
Yes.
unless we send them through the old-fashioned way, email. And we'd really
Yes.
appreciate doing that. And we won't sell it to anybody, we promise.
Yes, great. That's excellent. And Kendra at Guild Coaching. Okay, I got yours. Awesome. Well, what about any other final questions? Patty, did you have something? Muty.
You're mute.
Should be a button, looks like a microphone button on the lower left.
Well, I had to get back on the screen. I was in a
Okay.
different screen. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Well, we're going to see each other next week, but Topanga's coming up.
Yes.
All these Parkville, Topanga, they're all opportunities for content.
Yay.
And, it doesn't take a lot of content, and I'm proof of that. I mean, I was busy. I was too busy having fun to get a whole lot of videos, but I did stop. I really wish I had gotten that guy doing Britney Spears. Oops, I did it again, because I didn't even know it was Britney Spears, but that would have been really good.
Oh, that would have been great. Good idea.
Yeah, but just lots of content. We'll be at camping at Malibu Creek. So if you're there early, come by the campground.
Okay, thank you for that, Patty. And I also wanted to thank you for bringing up AI. Let's close on this. The AI note. It's very, very important to utilize AI to help us these days. Now, I understand that it's tough for a lot of people because their jobs are going away now, but this means that there are other places that we can put our creative talents. For example, we use AI mastering now. Now, mastering we used to pay $3,000 cash for, or $5,000 on credit to master our records. And now we put it in the machine, and it AI masters, and it does just, if not a better job than the other guy does. And the guy took a month to master our songs. Now we get it mastered instantly, and we save a lot of money there. Okay, so mastering is a great way. AI mastering, boom. Writing songs, all right, Chat GPT. Absolutely love it, because Jonathan says, no. It's such a great tool. And it's just such a great tool for giving you fodder to work with. Because, and this is what the top songwriters are doing right now, is they take for example, I want a song that's in the style of Vivaldi's Four Seasons as if written by, the Doors, but in a iambic pentameter, a la Shakespeare. And you can say, but I want it to be about playing poker, you know what I mean? And then you get a bed to start, a very specific bed to start this song. And maybe it's not going to churn out perfect songs for you, but it's going to give you ideas to where, the same kind of tools as like we use a thesaurus, we use a dictionary. It's kind of like that. So we can use it to give us ideas, as well as for every single we put out, we have to have artwork for Spotify, right? So DALL-E is another part of ChatGPT. And what it is you can say, well, I want, and this is what a lot of festivals are creating their posters with. I'm helping a bluegrass festival in Santa Cruz use AI to guide their poster right now because they're having difficulties with artists, and the artists are not doing it right. They're charging too much. Well, if you learn how to guide the AI properly, you really have that tool to your advantage because everything is now becoming AI. So you're either going to get left in the dust if you don't learn how to use it. So it's really important to learn how to use it. So what I mean is you can tell DALL-E, hey, I want to have a railroad track that has beer on the side of it, that has banjos and fiddles with these 7 band names, and here's the price here. Boom, make it for me. And I want it to be in the style of Picasso. I want it to be in an MC Escher Picasso way, but also have a postmodern brutalist feel to it, right? So you can really specify exactly what you want. And these are just a couple of the things that AI are great for. But these are just really helpful ways that can save us time and save us money so that we can put our time and our money into our own creativity and our own music. And it makes it easier for us to run our own business. But I do see the side of your side too, Jocelyn, of no, we shouldn't be using that. But I agree with both sides because we do want to hire songwriters who write songs, of course, but these are just tools like a ruler, kind of like when they invented a ruler, they're like, well, I can draw a straight line by myself. This is the same kind of thing. It's like, well, I could write a song by myself, but I could also use the help of these guides to give us different ideas. Any questions or thoughts on AI here? Or Jocelyn, you want to tell us what you feel about it?
I don't know. A little while ago, we were writing a goofy birthday song for my grandma, and our cousin was like, let's use ChatGPT. And it wrote like the dumbest string of syllables that I couldn't, so that happened.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Without just totally deviating from the chat GPT.
Oh, yeah, totally. Well, that makes sense. And it's all about how you seed it. So what we're learning as humans is how to work with the AI to make it give us what we want. It's like it takes, it does take a lot of tries to really get it to what you want. But just using these as jump off points and tools and stuff like that. But Robin, what were you going to say?
I just wanted to say that I haven't yet met an AI that could go out on the stage and just do a stellar performance like some of the folks in this room can do. And I don't see that ever happening. So don't worry, Jocelyn, that ain't going to happen.
It's true. That's not going to happen.
They can write a song for you, but they can't perform it for you.
That's true.
And they can't record it. Well, maybe they can, but it won't be as good.
No, I can't even spell.
It's just an aid, and if you give it the prompts, it needs us to give it the prompts because Scott tried it to write a song and it was actually not bad. But if you want to learn songwriting the old-fashioned way and be involved with people who do that, I'm going to put a plug in here for Songmakers because I really do love that group. But there's a lot of people who write their own songs in Songmakers, and
yes.
Some of them are bad, but some of them are really, really good. I mean, a guy who came for the first time from Castaic, he was amazing. He wrote, it was like Dylan-esque. I'm like, wow, that is a great song.
Oh, it's so cool. I love to hear that. Cool. I'm going to leave the meeting on. I'm going to get ready for another meeting. So this meeting is going to stay here for the next 15 minutes until I jump into another. But I just want to say thank you so much for another great, fun-filled time. I learned so much from each and every one of you. I'm so grateful for our friendship and our engagement pool and our journeys. You all have done a great job on your homework. Your homework this week is to continue, document what's going on in front of you. Go ahead and create. If you have any questions, hit me up, all right?
Thank you, Kenny.
All right.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you so much.